Shivoham! So today I'm going to tell you about body and senses. So our body has numerous body parts. Some are visible outside, like hands, legs, eyes, and ears. And some are hidden inside, like our brain, our lungs, and our stomach, and many more. So these body parts help us in different ways, like heart pumps blood and lungs help us to breathe, and many more. We have five sense organs. They help us to connect to the outer world. They are eyes, help us to see, ears help us to hear, nose helps us to smell, tongue helps us to taste, and our skin helps us to feel. I will talk about each of these organs in detail. Eyes, the eyeball in the eye is in a socket. The colored part is the iris, and in the iris there is the pupil. Behind the eyeball or the eye there is retina. In the retina there are nerve endings that is connected to the brain. So what we see through the iris and the pupil goes to the retina, and the nerve endings take that messages and send it to the brain. So this is how we see. And now time for our ears. How do we hear? There are three parts in our ear: the outer ear, the middle ear, and the inner ear. The sound goes through the outer ear and in the middle ear. In the middle ear, there is the eardrum, and the eardrum vibrates when the sound comes. And the eardrum and the inner ear is connected with three bones. That vibration passes through the three bones and gives the vibration to the inner ear. The inner ear has nerve endings. That nerve endings is connected to the brain. So that nerve endings send the messages of the sound to the brain, and this is how we get to know or hear the sound. So next is our nose. How do we smell? In our nose, we have the nasal cavity, and in the nasal cavity, we have hair-like structure. So that hair-like structure is useful for two things. One, it helps us to smell, and the second reason, it blocks all the dust particles and lets the oxygen go through in our lungs. So it blocks the dust particles and does not allow it to go in. It's harmful for our body. So always breathe with your nose, not with your mouth. So the next thing is our tongue. Who loves some yummy food? When you eat it, you really feel some taste. So how do we feel that taste? That taste buds on our tongue, and that too has nerve endings, and that nerve endings is connected to our brain, and the taste which we get is going through the nose, and then it goes to the brain. The brain tells what kind of taste is it, like sweet, sour, bitter, salty, and spicy. So now let's come to our skin. How do we feel? So our skin also has nerve endings that is connected to the brain. When we touch a hot thing or a cold thing or a rough thing or a soft thing, that nerves send the messages to our brain. That's how we get to know how we feel. Now let me tell you something interesting. Some people might be dumb, deaf, or blind. Like a blind person can hear really well. They can hear the slightest sound too, or they can smell really well. Even if one sense organ is not functioning, then God would have given another sense organ that is really powerful and strong. There's something more I want to share with you regarding the senses. There's the sixth sense. It is usually called the intuition or the gut feel. It is just the feeling or the knowing of something. Like, let me give you an example. Like a man has come out and it's a bright, sunny morning day, but he knows he has the feeling that it's going to rain that day. This is called as intuition. It is just the knowing of something. God has given the sixth sense to every one of us, but we have not yet realized it. Once we become aware of it, it will become more and more powerful. These are all the senses we have, and we have to take good care of it and try improving on it. Shivoham!